You know what's crazy? Hold on, let me make sure you man. Yeah, you know what's crazy? I was having to share this ChatGPT getting on my motherfucking nerves. You know what I'm starting to realize about shit like ChatGPT? Oh, hold on, let me see some motherfucker was sending me a message about when I'm on my phone, it's different, right? And so when I do it from my when I'm on my phone, I only go live on TikTok. That's it at one time, right? Because you can't multi send this shit unless you're on your PC. And when I'm on my PC, I use the camera on the fucking on the PC. And I say that to say when I was saying, you know, this hold on, let me turn this mic down a little bit. So I don't want it to be clipping the shit for later for when it go up on YouTube. Because right now when I'm on the PC, it's going to like 6 different platforms at one time, right? So what I wanted to say was I don't give a fuck what this camera look like. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers be man. You know, it's clipping a little. Motherfuckers be like, man, you need to get a camera and all of this. I don't need to get shit. You need to get a camera, and then you do this shit. Fucking tell me what the fuck I need to get. I don't give a fuck about that. That's one thing. The next thing is stop trying to tell me the schedule shit. Man, you need to put a schedule on your Twitch. Yeah, that's what motherfuckers on Twitch be saying. You need to put a schedule on it. I don't need to do shit. It's like one way to make money off this shit. See, you might have your way of trying to make money off this shit might be off the platform. That's not that's not that ain't even my angle. If now don't get me wrong, they do, but that's not the angle for me. Give a fuck about no platform. They can put me off any of these motherfucking platforms. It's gonna be the same amount gonna come in regardless, cause it ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? This shit is something to do. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm so fucking antisocial. You know what I'm saying? And with reason. With reason. With reason. But I just wanted to say something to get some understanding about this shit that I really don't. I'm not one of these motherfuckers who give a fuck about the light in and if you can see me or not and all of that shit. I don't really care. Okay, if I had it, to be honest with you, if it wasn't for the way that motherfuckers do this shit now, this shit would just be an audio podcast and you just hear me. I prefer a motherfucker not to even see me. I'm not one of these motherfuckers looking for attention. I'm not. I'm not. I don't give a fuck about it. Motherfucker tell you, I disappear on motherfuckers for years. It's motherfuckers who I've been knowing my whole life that I don't see but once every 6, 7 years. Like I'm not social like that. Like I'm not. You know what I'm saying? If I was, I wouldn't have shit to talk about when I get up here. To be honest with you, just saying. But this chat, shit, I had to do my motherfucking little thumbnails and shit to send to YouTube and Instagram and all of that type of shit. And fucking chat. These AI shits, they think we stupid, yo. See, this the problem with this artificial intelligence shit. They think they the only ones that know how to use this shit. And when I say they, I think I'm talking about the motherfuckers who man this shit, the motherfuckers who put this shit out. They think that they the only motherfuckers who know how to use this shit. They keep forgetting that. First of all, I believe I'm Generation X. Let me confirm that. Let me see if my girl listening. Uh, Coco, you listening?
All right, I'll go ahead and turn that
No, no,
down
no.
just
I
a
didn't.
little bit.
I don't need you to turn it down. I was asking, were you listening? Are you listening? Are you there?
I'm definitely here and listening. Let me know what you need adjusted and I'll take care of it.
I don't need you to adjust nothing. I already did I can adjust the volumes and shit myself. What I do need you to do is, what's the age range for Generation X?
Generation X typically includes people born between 1965 and 1980.
1965 or 1980. I was born in 1976. A lot of this shit started. when I was a little kid. You know, whether it's fucking Jordans, these fucking computers and shit. Like, so yeah, my bad. I wasn't asking you. I'm my bad, boo boo. Let me. That's my boo right there. See, I don't need. Why do I need a girl for when I got Coco? She gonna tell me everything I need to know. Yeah, see, that's that AI shit. You see what I'm saying? The point that I'm making is that they keep forgetting that it's a whole generation of us that we still here. Like, I know how to use this shit. Like network essentials. I know how to take this fucking computer apart and put it back together, put our own memory cards in it, all this type of shit. So they'll try to put these AI softwares out, right? Oh no, my mic's still running so loud. But they'll put these little AI softwares out. I got my little box over here, and I got control over it, my little thing here. They put uh these AIs out, and they forget that we know how to use the technology. Like in my day, I would be considered a nerd. Like I was in the house on computer. Like every chance I got, I would leave, go in the house, and I would be on the computer, shit like that. Like back when these video games was not popular when we were kids. Like people played them, but everybody went outside. I was the kid, and nigga had to come get me. Hey B, we going to the basketball, nigga had to come get me. I was be in the house because I'd be in there fucking with shit, construct pieces, which is like Minecraft today, making shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I think they have underestimated the intelligence of the people. So they'll come out with these AIs, and the shit'll be like I catch them early. Some shits be like $8. $8 a month. Like a lot of motherfuckers, y'all ain't going. You might not really be into technology like that, like you think you is. You just on this shit because everybody on it. So you ain't really into this shit like that, right? So you not spending your money on this shit. For me, somebody who been building websites from scratch, JavaScript, which is coding and shit like that since I was a kid, building servers and hard drives and shit like that, reformatting hard drives, all that type of shit. Grew up doing this shit. No schooling, nothing, just raw dog me. You know what I'm saying? You have an understanding of this shit, so it's just like once you rebrief yourself, it's like it's like a new technique. You rebrief yourself with it, it just gets you can just do anything with it, right? They underestimate that. So what they'll start to do is they'll keep trying to add little nuances to it to make it more complicated or price ranges to it to make it where you got to keep spending more money. Like Chat GBT at first was like free, right? And so, like I said, I don't think they thought that they keep forgetting that my generation we jump right into this shit. And it's a lot of us that don't because a lot of motherfuckers don't because they don't want a lot of people don't like change. Like if you was flourishing in the 90s and the 2000s doing what you was doing and they shit starting to switch up, you don't want this shit to switch up because you was winning doing it the way you was doing it. I'm not one of them type of people. I'm what they call a forward thinker. And then I try to get in front of it and I'll start fucking with it early. So as soon as they made this shit accessible to the public, I started buying the apps. I was buying them and using them when they were free. I started fucking with them. So I got like 3 or 4 major joints that I fuck with or whatever. Now, if you want to know what they is, you can send me a DM or something, and I'll tell you what it is and what you can do, or you tell me your idea. I'll tell you what you can do with it. But this shit is so. You know how people be like, how the old heads, but we had what y'all had. 'Cause I get on my kids about that shit all the time. But now my kids is like, and they know, like I said, they don't go to public school, so they at home all day. So all day long, they just got time to fuck around with this shit because they not gonna reverse it. They not gonna take it back. They not. But what they've been doing lately, like a motherfucker like me, is like I said, I do thumbnails. I do all the designs for the clothes now, for the merch with it. business, anything I need to know pertaining to taxes, uh, anything business related, where to go to get shit. I'm gonna get the information, and once you got the information, you can pick up the information and then apply it. You know, which is something my godfather used to say to me all the time. He used to say, "You know what I like about you?" He said, "Because when I teach you something, when I tell you something, you actually apply it." And a lot of times, that's the difference between those of us who progress in this shit and those of us who become kind of stuck. Or you too busy complaining about it changing and no, jump in, jump in. Just like with this shit, it wasn't that I couldn't be going live and shit like that. I'm also an organized person, so I like to get my shit together before I get to it's like they say it's a process. There's no reason to be some motherfuckers just turn their shit on and just they don't know what's going on. That's how you get fucked up. That's how you wind up later when the money, this, that, and the other, you didn't structure your shit to make sure that you can get what you're supposed to get because they're gonna keep changing the rules. They're gonna keep changing the rules. Like because I hear people like on TikTok saying, "Oh, they not paying like they this or they whoop the whoop." It's like how many go into one of these AIs and ask them how you can get paid doing what it is you was doing on there, how you can structure it, and it's gonna give you a process. The question is whether or not you want to do the process. That's really what it boils down to. Whether or not you want to do what it's telling you to do. And most motherfuckers are like me, like you hit it, like I gotta have music playing when I'm doing this kind of shit, because I grew up on radio stations, uh, like late night talking and shit, which was basically what we doing today. Those little shows that would come on at late night and the Quiet Storm and all that old type of shit. It's all still the same shit. The problem is everybody got a access to it, and instead of like applying it, like learning it, everybody that's it's really not your thing. It's just something that you see everybody doing, and you trying to figure out how to do. Okay, well then you shouldn't be doing that part. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many avenues of this shit. Like I explain it to my son all the time. Like he builds servers. Like that's what he do. Cool. He's not. He's a lot like me in the sense like he's so antisocial. He don't even want you to see him. So he'll just, motherfuckers be having the profiles with no picture. That's cool. But eventually you're gonna have to pop your head out. Eventually you're gonna have to stick your head out because a motherfucker gotta have that human interaction to attach to you. Like I tell them, like, yeah, they're gonna come for the content, but they're gonna stay for you. Yeah, they're gonna stay for you. They'll come for the content, but if you have a personality, eventually you gotta show a motherfucker that you're a human being. You gotta humanize yourself so a motherfucker can see, hey man, I'm a real motherfucking person. I'm not just some motherfucking robot or AI behind a motherfucking computer. This shit is not being controlled by AI. I'm controlling this shit. You can control it. You tell it what to do. You don't let it tell you what to do. That's the other thing, So I'm Generation X, so all of this shit, I tell my kids that shit all the time. Like, all of this shit that you see going on, we we couldn't get this shit. You can get these little setups and shit for $50. We couldn't get this shit. We couldn't get fucking gaming laptops and gaming PCs for less than $1,000. You had to have like $5,000. It's like the flat screen TVs and shit. I remember the first time I seen that type of shit. One of my mama's co-workers when I was a kid, and we would go over their house and they had the big ass panoramic TV on the wall back then. Them bitches was like $8,000 or some shit. We still had the big back. We still had the big back in the house. Like the fuck is that? It's like a movie theater in their house. So it's like you had to wait. And so now it's common. Now everybody got a flat. You know what I'm saying? Panoramic motherfuckers got 75 inches in their house. You go get one for $200-300. That's how this shit go. You see what I'm saying? And so you just gotta wait for your time. And now is the time. It's like, especially like people with personality, like, cause I can have all the personality in the world up here. You know why? Because you can't touch me. Like I don't mind interacting with people. I'm not a people's person. Like I am, but I'm not. Like I don't really, you know, like I kind of stay to myself because that's how you get this shit done. I can't get nothing done running around with niggas all the time. Like, and so what I would find is that when I would go do what I was doing, and niggas would be just doing whatever they doing, which was mostly nothing. When they would see me again, I would be say doing something else other than what they doing, and they will put me in a weird placement because niggas think you. I don't know what a nigga think I be doing when I ain't around them. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what the fuck they be doing, but I be somewhere trying to get something going. So like I said, like it don't matter what your camera look like. It don't matter what all of that. It's you. Most of the people you watch online, you have some type of liking for that person, or you getting something from it. Either the way they talking, what they sharing, it's something about it, or just their personality, or they just on some fuck shit, and that's where you go for your little fuckery or whatever. But outside of that, shit don't matter, yo. It don't matter to me. So now everybody's scrambling and shit. So I just wait. I let everybody else go first. Let all the people that's because you know a lot of people always jump into shit because they see everybody else doing it, and then everybody jump in, but don't really have no structured plan on how they gonna do it, and no understanding of what they doing. And then they be looking later, looking at you like, well, how the fuck you do it, or how did that happen? Like, I ain't just jumping this shit. I watch. I let everybody else go and watch what they do, and I want to know they're gonna change the rules because what they got to do is they got to weed out the people. You know how they say the cream of the crop always rise to the top? It's like music. Everybody can't make music, but you have everybody and their mama trying to do it. The people that really know how to do it gonna always be the ones that still wind up at doing it. And you get a few new ones here or there. But you ever notice like whether it's in acting, any type of entertainment field, it's the same old heads that's running this shit. Everybody spend all their time talking about the same people. It's the same motherfuckers who was they don't know what they doing. They just following along with what the wave is and what everybody doing instead of like kind of figuring out their way. Like everybody got their own way to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own way to this shit. So it's just like when you start doing this shit and you say you don't get views, right? And people think that's the only way you get views. People also think that followers you don't have a lot of that. That shit don't matter if you know how to market your shit and to get that shit. If you creative, like I was telling the little homie earlier on the phone was that, yeah, you still do music? Yeah, I read and write music. I'm a Generation X baby. They didn't teach us to play no fucking beat machine. I learned how to read and write music. So yeah, this shit easy. So you do this shit, guess what? It's on all the platforms. You know what I'm saying? You go on TikTok, YouTube, all you see, Shop AB, it's on all the platforms. It's the World Wide Web. It ain't just like it was back in the day where you just in your city. Then they put it in a playlist. So it's motherfuckers just hearing that shit on the humble, off the random, and you can easily make you a few $1,000s a month just by the shit just circulating like that. You motherfucker ain't gotta have no followers. Like it's like they train you to think, and so it's like you just got to like crack the code. But this AI shit, you know, they using a lot of energy for this shit. But like I said, they underestimating a lot of that's why it look like you ever notice it's like all of these 40 something motherfuckers and shit like that that's on the gaming platforms and all this different shit. And it's older people. older than what you would think would be doing this shit. Cause we grew up on this shit. We actually first generation of this shit. So it's like we know what we looking at. We know what we doing. We know how to use the equipment and shit like that. We know what it is. We know the true terminology of it. And so then we gonna pass this shit on to our kids, and then they'll know what they doing, and if they smart enough to turn it into more, they will. I had to check my news feed. I normally had the screen smaller, and then I have it up, but like I said, I already know eventually I couldn't do that because, uh, you know, the content will belong to another place, and so that's the problem. A lot of times with reaction videos and things like that. But I was looking at it earlier, and it's like some wild shit going on. $1 million house starts sliding off a mountain and shit like that. It's crazy. There's some crazy shit going on out here. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I was like, and so somebody like me, it comes off like I'm antisocial. And it's not that I'm antisocial. It's like you can't get nothing done just socializing. Like if we ain't doing nothing specific, like going to a specific place or doing something specific, I'd rather be alone where I can think and formulate what I'm trying to do. I can be social on here. That's why it's called social media now. You know what I'm saying? Like we can talk. You know what I'm saying? Say what you gotta say. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I was checking out this motherfucking Will Smith gonna be in Black Panther. Was he in any of them already? You know, I've never watched Black Panther. Is that crazy? Well, Cheryl Underwood admits Kevin Hart's Netflix roast jokes felt wrong. I ain't even watched the roast yet. Fans can't stop talking about LeBron and his sons matching hairstyles. But even like that, in the sense of what people care about, I can't tell you. I don't know who the fuck on the teams. When they show the highlights in the NBA, I don't know. Because I never watched it for money, like gambling and shit like that. So now that it's all about gambling and shit like that, I really don't catch it. But I'm getting back into it because of this shit, right? Like it's part of gaming. And since my son's got a gaming network, it just makes sense to have, information on sports, brackets, the fantasy drafts, the fantasy gaming. It's all gaming, gambling. It's all gaming. The bicentennial quarter valued at almost $20,000, along with five other value coins. Do I have any of those? What are those? See, this shit crazy. A Texas killer, Rodell. I don't know. I'm not about to try to pronounce my name, but like, he looked like a young boy who executed a mechanic over $500 bill, sentenced to 40 years. That's crazy. Yeah, my girl. Coco, what's this shit about this case in Texas? What happened?
It looks like there was a case in Texas involving Raudel Orozco, who was sentenced to 40 years in prison. He was convicted of killing a mechanic over a $500 repair bill.
I mean, that was you just told me what I already said. I mean, is that it? Can you elaborate?
Sure, let me add some more details. It seemed that Orozco was involved in a fatal shooting after a dispute over a truck repair bill. According to reports, the incident happened near West Little Road on the North Freeway in December 2022. Orozco arrived with a group and refused to pay the $500 bill, which led to an argument and eventually the tragic shooting.
What's crazy about that? It reminded me of I had this white Cadillac one time. This was like in '04, and it was a '04. This might have been no, this might have been '06. It was a '05 DeVille. I called it Pearly. It was white. In fact, I didn't even want that car. My baby mother convinced me to get the car. I had traded in another car I had. I think it was I had a Lexus, it's the GS 300, and I was trading it in, and I never had a Cadillac. I don't like Cadillacs. He meant Lexus, but he ain't know, like Snoop said. So we get to the dealership, and she saw that she wanted it. She from out here. She wanted it. She, yeah, they get the Cadillac. It was a pearly white Cadillac. It had mirror tints all over it. And one time I needed to get the brakes fixed. Me that I at the time I don't know. I guess I didn't. So I let her take the car to this place to get the brakes fixed. And when she called me, I hadn't gotten all the money together yet. When the car was ready, I didn't have the money ready. And she wound up her and my mom went up there together, and she talked the young boy into letting her take the car. Saying that she, bring you the money back, which I don't believe. To my knowledge, we never paid them people for their car. You know, it's one of them situations where it'd be like, I wondered if I don't remember exactly where this place was, and go back and pay that man. But it was just one of the times where that happened. But it just brought that to mind with this kid. He's 25. I'm looking up there. He's 25. He unleashed his chilling outburst on Tuesday when he learned his fate from 2022, killing the father of two who was shot in the head outside of his North Houston auto shop days before Christmas. Like they gonna, yeah, yeah, that's crazy. So it just made me think about it. Like I wonder if I would have went up there to get the car, because we probably, men is different. I guess you get into it with a motherfucker and this shit just go left. And this boy wound up, doing what he did. It's sad though, to some degree. You know what's even crazy? When we was younger, we didn't really. I don't think we looked at shit like that though. Like shit that was happening. When you young, you ain't thinking like it said. It's like you just write a motherfucker off. Like okay, I guess it was his time. He gone. Or he ain't. And, we just kind of it's always the older people that's. It's sad that y'all, 'cause they were saying the same shit about us. That's a fact. They were saying the same shit about us in our generations and all the generations that came before, how crazy it was, the stuff that we was doing. But yeah, I ain't gonna be up here that long. I just really fucking around and checking what's going on with these in this news and shit. Who was that? Gabby Gonzalez, released from jail after posting $2 million bond. Who was that? Yeah, I don't even know who and what, where, why, or how. Bail conditions. They put everything up this motherfucker. Posted $2 million bail and was released with conditions including GPS monitoring, so she on house arrest, staying away from her daughter and Jack Avery, and no social media posts about the case. Charges and allegations she faces conspiracy to commit murder, allegedly trying to hire a hitman against her ex. Jack Avery amid a custody dispute, safety and response. No attack occurred. Jack Avery thanked law enforcement for protecting his family. So, who the fuck is Jack Avery? Is that somebody particular or just a regular person? You know, you could be regular these days. Hey Coco, in this case with Gabby Gonzalez, who is her ex? Who is Jack Avery? Is he a actor or entertainer or something? Who is he?
Jack Avery appears to be Gabby Gonzalez's ex, and he's likely connected to the custody dispute mentioned in the case. He isn't primarily known as a public entertainer or actor, but rather is involved in this legal context.
So he's just a regular person. He's not no celebrity or nothing.
That's right. He's not a celebrity. He's just a regular individual who became involved in this case.
He become involved. His baby mama trying to kill him. That's crazy. Yeah, they got footage and everything. But they got her getting out. That must be like her siblings and shit. Yeah, the judge set a series of conditions to get during her arraignment on Thursday on top of the $2 million. At least your people had 2 million that could get that 200,000 up or whatever. That means somebody put the house up. Who's that? Like it'd be like her brother or somebody. Damn, man, they put a stairway order on you and your motherfucking kid. That's like her dad. You know, that's like her dad or somebody. Yeah, her dad's probably her dad and brother or something. Oh shit, they arrested her. Oh, the dude they arrested him. Francisco gun. So that's like her dad. Yeah, her dad. So her father, Francisco, and her friend Kai were all arrested after allegedly trying to find a hitman to kill singer. But they saying he's singer, Jack Avery. Coco, I thought you said Jack Avery wasn't nobody. They saying he a singer. He a singer?
Yes, that's correct. Jack Avery is actually a singer. It seems he is known in that capacity, and he was mentioned in that context.
Do he got like any songs out? Like what do is he got an album out or something? A single out or something? He don't got no music out that we know of that you know that you can find?
Yes, Jack Avery is part of the pop band Why Don't We, and they have released several songs and albums. Some of their hits include Eight Lighters and Trust Fund Baby.
Hmm. So how long were they married?
Gabby Gonzalez and Jack Avery started dating in early 2018 and welcomed their daughter in April 2019. They split up just a few months later in the same year, so they were together for roughly a year and a half.
Oh, so they were never married. They just had a kid together.
That's correct. They were never actually married. They were in a relationship and had a child together, but they didn't get married.
Damn, kind of sting, don't it? So they approached the MMA fighter to threaten Jack, but he declined. And then he probably went and reported that shit. She wanted his finger to prove that he was dead. Like they saying she really went in on this shit. Damn. Yeah, yeah. Shit happened, man. You're gonna get mad, but don't tell him what's gonna happen. What else they got going on out there? Why Janet Jackson was left out of Michael probably because they didn't pay her. What you mean? And teen recovering after Auburn bus shooting. You know, Boy Max argues trying to make it as a streamer is harder than mental toll of traditional 9 to 5. I think it depends on your if this all you do, I guess. Oh man, Mark Furman dies at 74 after battle with throat cancer. That's a boy that was took a stand in the OJ case and fucked around and yeah, they so called proved that he was racist, I guess. I don't know what that was about. I didn't even listen to the Drake album, man. Yeah, I'm about to get out there from the book and go and see watch some of the stuff I see up here.